1 Samuel chapter 28. In due time the Philistines assembled their armies for war against Israel. Achish told David, "You know, of course, that you and your men will join me and the army in battle." David answered Achish, "I see that you already know what your servant will do." Achish said to David, "For that answer, I am making you my personal bodyguard for life." God does not answer Saul. Now Shemuel was dead. All Israel had mourned him and buried him in his city, Ramah. Also Shah had expelled from the land those who tell the future by communicating with the dead or with a demonic spirit. The Philistines assembled. Then they went and pitched camp at Shunem, while Shah gathered all Israel together and pitched camp at Gilboa. When Shah saw the army of the Philistines, he became afraid. It struck terror in his heart. But when he consulted Adonai, Adonai didn't answer him, not by dreams, not by Urim and not by prophets. Saul and the woman with the familiar spirit. Then Shah said to his servants, "Try to find a woman who tells the future by communicating with the dead. I want to go and consult with her." His servants answered him, "Yes, there's a woman in Ein Dor who tells the future by communicating with the dead." So Shah disguised himself by wearing different clothing, went with 2 men, came to the woman by night and said, "Tell me the future, please. Bring up from the dead the person I named to you." The woman answered, "Here, you know what Shah did, how he expelled from the land those who tell the future by communicating with the dead or with a demonic spirit. Why are you trying to entrap me into causing my own death?" But Shah swore to her by Adonai, "As Adonai lives, you will not be punished for doing this." Then the woman asked, "Whom should I bring up for you?" He said, "Bring up for me Shemuel." When the woman saw Shemuel, she let out a shriek. Then the woman said to Shah, "Why have you deceived me? You yourself are Shah." The king replied, "Don't be afraid. Just tell me what you see." The woman said to Shah, "I see a god-like being coming up out of the earth." He asked her, "What does he look like?" She said, "An old man is coming up. He's wearing a cloak." Shah realized it was Shemuel, so he bowed with his face to the ground and prostrated himself. Shemuel asked Shah, "Why have you disturbed me and brought me up?" Shah answered, "I'm very upset, because the Philistines are making war against me. And God has left me and doesn't answer me anymore, neither by prophets nor by dreams. This is why I've called you, so that you can let me know what to do." Shemuel said, "Why ask me, if Adonai has left you and become your enemy? Adonai has done for himself what he foretold through me. Adonai has torn the kingdom out of your hands and given it to your fellow countryman David. Because you didn't obey what Adonai said and execute his furious anger toward Amalek. That's why Adonai is doing this to you today. Adonai is giving Israel as well as yourself over into the power of the Philistines, and tomorrow you and your sons will be with me. Adonai will hand over Israel's army to the power of the Philistines." Shah immediately fell full length on the ground and became terribly frightened because of what Shemuel had said. He had no strength left in him, for he had eaten nothing all that day and night. The woman approached Shah, saw that he was panic-stricken and said to him, "Here, your servant listened to what you said. I put my life in my hands and did what you requested me to do. Now therefore, please, you listen to what your servant says. Let me put a little food in front of you. Then eat, so you will have some strength when you go on your way." But he refused and said, "I won't eat." Then his servants, together with the woman, urged him, and he heeded what they said. He got up off the ground and sat on the bed. The woman had a fattened calf in the house. She hurried to slaughter it. Then she took flour, kneaded it and baked matzah with it. She served it to Shah and his servants, and they ate. Afterwards, they got up, and they went away that night.